Hello, everyone. Welcome to the GAHY Wrestling Podcast. My name's Dan. I'll be taking you through a Monday Night Raw. For tonight's show, we seem to be having announced already Rey Mysterio to go up against Judgment Day's Finn Balor, Angelo Dawkins going up against Seth freaking Rollins, and Bobby Lashley is going to be defending his United States Championship against Tommaso Ciampa. I shall see you in a minute.
This is the hardcore legend, Mick Foley. Well, hello and welcome to Give Me a Haul. Yeah, I hope everyone there, right there in Yorkshire, is having a nice day. Bang, bang. Have a nice day. Yeah.
And I've just realised I think I might have had myself muted for that video, but yeah, we've got a couple of matches announced for tonight's show so far. You'll notice probably in the description of the video, it does say Dom. He might be joining me. He doesn't sort of think he's very well at the minute. He's just got back from Spain, so he may have some sort of illness or something like that. We are about 15 minutes away from the start of Monday Night Raw. How has everyone been doing? Let's have a look. But yeah, how's people's weekend been? Done anything exciting? Done anything different? What have people been up to this weekend? Let's just get my video going. That one. Yeah. But yeah, it's been a very interesting few days, especially with what happened on SmackDown. If you didn't see, let's get rid of that one. How have people been finding SmackDown? Did they enjoy the return of Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux? What do they think to sort of pretty much Shayna Baszler getting another push now Triple H is in charge? Yeah, it's been a very interesting few days, especially sort of with what has been going on, with Triple H being more at the realm of the production side of things and the storyline side of things. I'm just trying to think what else has been going down. Ciampa getting the push. We know he was a Triple H guy in NXT. How do I feel that match against Lashley will be going? If you're not sure, or if you want to sort of stick a comment in, please do just below. What else have we got? Rey Mysterio against Finn Balor, I think then. I think that storyline, if Finn doesn't win, Judgment Day are pretty much going to be dead in the water, aren't they? They've sort of shown up. They've pretty much sort of near enough lost every single main match that they should have done. And they just don't seem to be getting... Sorry. They just don't seem to be getting any momentum behind them. And that, to me, is really sort of... It's concerning with a stable that you want to push and make into main event stars. You've got Damian Priest in there. You have got Rhea Ripley. And you want to push them into the upper levels of the mid-card into the main event scene. If you're not giving them wins, then they are just not going to excel at that role. So, So, I mean, I know what you mean. We've got Michael in. How are we doing, Michael? How's your weekend been, dude? You been up to anything exciting? What else have we sort of got? We've got Angelo Dawkins, or is it Montez Ford? Angelo Dawkins against Seth freaking Rollins. Which again, with that one, last week, Montez Ford won the match against Rollins. No, Rollins won the match against Montez Ford, but Montez chose to have the match to start with. Dawkins ended up saving Montez Ford from a beatdown after Seth won. Is that the start of getting Montez on his singles push, maybe? Which, again, I think he deserves it. I think he's a brilliant performer, but so is Angelo Dawkins himself. We've got, like I said, Bobby Lashley to face off against Ciampa for the United States title. That's why he's a thumbnail. Ciampa is going for his first gold on the main roster. He went through Dolph Ziggler and Chad Gable in a triple threat match before AJ Styles who won a second triple threat. I've sort of had a bit of a thought in my head for that one. What if, throw it out there, so just listen with me, Bobby Lashley ends up winning the match after interfering from The Miz? If that happens, The Miz is beating down Ciampa in the corner or somewhere, and lights go out, music cues, Johnny Wrestling returns. Johnny Gargano comes back, makes the save for Ciampa, and they reform the DIY. How's that? How does that sound? Triple H obviously could probably get someone like Gargano back. He's not tied to a contract. Oh, well, so we got in, well, you'll sort of process that one. We got South Carolina in. Hello, Daily Dan. How are you doing? We've got Todd in. How's Todd doing? Been playing multiverse and enjoying wrestling. Not a bad way to have your weekend. Todd's obviously from Syracuse. I was just saying hello to everyone. Yeah, I was thinking about it earlier on. I was like, with the return of people like Dakota Kai and Io Sky, Karrion Kross returning last week on SmackDown, who else is a big name that Triple H probably could pull back and probably would trust Triple H's judgment on where their sort of storyline would be going. And I just thought that DIY, you could bring Ciampa and Gargano together. So you build that storyline of they win the titles, maybe 2 years down the line, you do the DIY breakup exactly the same as what happened in NXT and reinvigorate fans into the storyline arc of them two, because I think it would be absolutely fantastic. You like that booking, Michael? I know you do. I know you do. Railcross, yeah. He looked absolutely fantastic when he returned, didn't he? And with Scarlett at the entrance ramp right at the start of that sort of beatdown, it just created that, intrigue. Who's this? And then it cut to Roman. And Roman's looking a little bit confused as well, properly selling it. And then Karrion Kross out of nowhere just takes out Drew. So I think if they played it right, built that storyline, I think that Karrion Kross could be a proper, credible threat to Roman's title. Maybe even take one off him. You look at what he did in NXT. He was massively dominant. He went undefeated for a long while and made up to be this monster heel. And that could also be the change of Roman from the heel persona across to the babyface persona, like The Rock did, obviously. play the parallels off with that to end up sort of bringing The Rock back and maybe doing babyface Roman versus babyface Rock. I just think that is a great way to get a lot of different story arcs going together in maybe the build up to WrestleMania or next year's SummerSlam. Yeah, I was like, how? It didn't make sense at the time, but yeah, I knew what you meant. Don't worry about it, Michael. So we have got about 5 minutes left before we go to Monday Night Raw. Has anyone got any questions for me? Maybe about my booking for what we've just discussed, or anything else, whatever you like. I don't mind. Stick it in the comments. And if you haven't already, as I always say, give a like, give a share, subscribe to the channel, which I know pretty much everyone in the comments probably will have done already. Because as soon as I went live, a couple of minutes later, you all jumped in, said hello, which is great. Means I wasn't talking to myself for a little bit. So my weekend was pretty much same as usual. I work in retail, so I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was at work earlier today. I finished work, how long ago? It will have been 1 o'clock, so it'd have been about 7 hours ago I finished work. I've come home, I've had something to eat, I've had a couple of hours nap, make sure I'm sort of refreshed, ready for tonight. So yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm ready to go for SmackDown. Not SmackDown. What am I on about? I've got it on the screen. Monday Night Raw. We may be having Dom join us. If you didn't see the intro, Dom isn't feeling so great after coming back from Spain, so he was scheduled and we did plan to actually do Monday Night Raw together. But if you're not feeling so well, I said to him, don't worry about it. You can leave it to me if you really want. I've got all my friends in the chat with me. What about a trios belt in WWE? I think if they brought a trios title in now, it would completely fail. There isn't enough trios or stables to really make the titles work. If you think of AEW in a comparison for the titles, they have a lot of trios teams. You've got we've got Death Triangle, we've got Undisputed Era or Undisputed Elite, you've got whoever the Bucks are teaming with now, maybe Hangman, I think it is at the minute, maybe. You've got the House of Black. You've got a good amount of teams as a base point to establish the titles. With WWE, I don't think there's a proper trios team, maybe apart from the New Day, but obviously with Big E gone at the minute, obviously that can't work. So yeah, I think that if they had a lot more trios teams, I think it could work. But I just don't think that at the minute it would be the right choice to bring them in just because AEW has done them. Yeah, me too. I'll send him tweets. It's at DomSmith_1, I think it is. Just sort of wishing him well, saying hope you get better soon. And I know tweets from you guys will make him feel better straight away. Let's see if I can find a good stream this time, because last few times I've done it, it's been absolutely rubbish. Yep, I think more members in the Judgment Day, maybe sort of one or two more members would make it viable. But again, it's probably the only team that's available that could have the trios titles. There isn't a trio for them to really go up against. I actually forgot about a couple of them. Sorry. New Day, like I said, yeah, with them ones, Big E's out obviously, so that wouldn't really work. Bloodline, I think if we brought trios titles in and gave it straight to them, it would be impossible to try and find a great storyline to take titles off them, especially with how dominant Roman is. You wouldn't want to put a loss on Roman. And Sheamus, whatever his squad is called, which again, I don't think have been dominant enough to warrant a title. So, yeah, let me see if I can get my stream loaded. See if I can get my earphones. Because see if they'll connect automatically. We got Chris in. How are we doing, Chris? Raw's going to be good tonight. I hope so. Fingers crossed. That's what I'm here for. Oh, no, I'll save one for later on. Let's get some audio for me. Yeah, we all hope so, don't we, Todd? We want it to be great. If it's great, we're happy. So we're starting off. We're getting a bit of a recap from SummerSlam with the return of Bayley. So, yeah, let's see how we go in terms of audio for me for a bit. But yeah, we're getting the recap of Becky being taken out with the shoulder injury, and then Bayley taken out sort of on the Monday Night Raw, just to sort of solidify taking Bayley's injury. We've obviously got Dakota Kai, who's returned, and Io Sky, the former Io Shirai, who's absolutely phenomenal. The work that she did in NXT was probably one of my favourite female performers that wasn't Asuka. We had Io Sky and Bianca last week, which again was a brilliant match. Brilliant from start to finish. Really put over Genius of the Skies and made her look $1 million. But at the end of the day, Bianca ended up getting the win as usual. Honestly, didn't. Did it go to a DQ? Can't remember. Oh, it went into 3-on-3, didn't it? Yeah, because we had Asuka and Alexa Bliss come down. So again, I reckon we'll probably have something from Bayley tonight. Hello, Sandra. How are we doing today? Did you have a good weekend? Did you get up to anything exciting? But yeah, it was great because with the sort of face-off, we had Triple H there, which obviously sells the fact that he is a big name now. So, yeah, we have got the crowd at Monday Night Raw. And where are we coming from today? Cleveland, Ohio. One state I would like to go to. I'd love to go to somewhere called Sandusky, Ohio, just because it's got a theme park there, which I want to go to, which is the roller coaster capital of the world. That's it. A little bit of background info of why I want to go there. Oh, Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. So we've got a couple of teams from NXT. We're getting 24/7 champion Dana Brooke and Tamina versus Dakota Kai and Io Sky. So, yeah, let's see what's happening, because I reckon that Triple H is probably fighting like mad to make sure he can keep Sasha and Naomi. And we're getting Bailey with her Goon Squad. Yeah, none of the teams they put together make sense. Not really. I know Dana Brooke and Tamina had a little bit of thing with the 24/7 title, obviously with a wedding and stuff like that, but not really enough to warrant a tag team. But yeah, we'll see as we go through the night, see what the teams are. Sandra's had a good weekend studying, waiting on lasagna that you've cut. It's something that I was never a fan of, pasta in general, and then I had a couple of meals with pasta in it, and I didn't mind it. Not my favourite, but then I tried it again, and I really seem to quite enjoy it. So yeah, I've grown to like a lot more pasta meals than I did before. So Bailey's in the ring now, all in red for Raw. Let's see what she's going to say. Bailey's saying that she doesn't like being booed, but she's happy to see everyone else's dumb, smiley faces. Bailey's saying that the WWE Universe needs them. It's an uninspired division. Dakota's hair looks really good. She got sort of two-tone at the front and then a brown at the back. Really funky, really cool. So Bailey's saying that the crowd are dumb because of like cheering for Bianca Belair. That's why last week that they had to make a statement that took care of Becky's shoulder. And they was the ones who brought the fighting spirit out of Becky. They're bringing back what's been missing, bringing back the hunger for the women's division, which is good. Women's division need to be hungry, need to be fighting for more. Everyone is missing Bailey. IDK, I don't know. So, how we doing? How was your weekend? Did you get up to anything exciting? So, how is Bailey the only one to know how dominant Sky is? Dakota Kai is, and Io Sky. Bailey's saying that the crowd better shut up so she can think. Bailey getting quite frustrated. Dakota Kai trying to calm her down. Now a moment of bliss. Yep. I think you might be a minute ahead of me, Todd. Don't worry about it, though. And she's bringing out Oscar to go with her. And again, Oscar and Alexa. It's a strange combination, but... And Bianca. So we're getting the EST coming out. So what's going to be happening here then? So they're all walking down, going into the ring. So Alexa's saying, not let's get anyone get too ahead of themselves. Crowd right behind Bianca with the EST chants. Alexa saying, just want to give you a heads up, you're not winning the tournament. So if Dakota and Io Sky win their match tonight, they have to go up against Alexa and Oscar. Bianca saying, don't think I'm finished with you yet, speaking to Io Sky. Bianca saying that the three of them can go up against the three of Bailey's team right now. Bailey's saying when they're going to do the 3-on-3, it won't be in Cleveland. What about the 3-on-3 at Clash at the Castle? I'd be up for that. I'm probably there. And Bianca's accepted. Bianca's... Oh, very nicely done. Bianca's saying, while Bailey's trying to keep control, Bianca feels like losing it. And then attacks everyone, causing a massive brawl. Great preview for Clash at the Castle. Everyone's going to town, going crazy. So while they are battling each other, I'll get through the couple of comments that we've had. WWE Thomas fan 444, how are we doing? Why did you have a feeling that Bailey was going to say something like, we're not in this for you, but for the money? And then Brock comes out, no idea. I'd have quite liked that. But I don't know if Brock could have really much happening. They're all going into the crowd. Bliss on the barricade. Crossbody. Takes everyone out. So everyone's coming down, trying to separate them. But yeah, that was a nice opening start to Raw. Sandra says, "Hi, Thomas. We love the cat fights. Don't we, Todd?" But yeah, like I don't know if Don will be joining us at all. He may pop in for 5, he may pop in for 10, he may pop in for an hour. But I don't know. But yeah, if you want to send him a tweet, just sort of saying, hope you feel better soon, dude. Whatever you want. A couple of smiley faces. He will really appreciate that if he doesn't come on tonight and he wakes up in the morning. But yeah, we've got commercial break on at the minute. Has anyone got any exciting news that they've had? Or anything else that they want to sort of share with us? What have I got? News-wise? Not a lot, really. I've created the thumbnail for Wednesday for the Dynamite show. There's Jericho versus Moxley for the interim title, which I think is going to be a brilliant match. You've also got Lucha Bros versus Andrade and Roosh, which again I think is going to be a fantastic match. I'm very new to watching Roosh. I saw him at the Death Before Dishonor show, and I was massively impressed with him. He's one person that I didn't really expect to think he was really going to be a good performer, but he absolutely blew me away, which is great. Tokyo have tweeted they're watching with a winky emoji. There's rumours about 2K23. I keep debating going 2K22 at the minute, but then I just have a look at the time I get to actually game, and I just don't seem to get enough time to game at the minute. So if I bought another game when I still got 3 or 4 there, I still don't get really enough time to play. I don't think it'd be crazy, but I'm going to go through it in a bit. I've got a bit of an idea that me and a friend sort of concocted and came up with regarding the game in a way. So I know that Dom has doing a video. I think it's tomorrow night, basically booking sort of Karrion Kross's return to WWE, and he's doing it as a live stream. So if you're going to be around tomorrow, watch along and give your opinions on stuff. But the idea was kind of, I do my own booking of a storyline. So as I've already said a couple of times on, I think it was Raw last week and maybe SummerSlam stream, I've in my mind already booked Rey Mysterio and Dominic's storyline all the way through to WrestleMania. So if I've done that one, we could realistically put it into the game and play it along and see how it goes. But yeah, we could just sort of do like the watch along, play along for their matches. So I don't know how people feel about it. If we get enough sort of traction on it, I may sort of have a look at doing that for people. We're back with Raw. We've got Seth freaking Rollins coming out to the ring now. He's going up against Angelo Dawkins. Crowd singing along to Seth's entrance music. So I've got a little snack here. It is chicken katsu bites. Never had them before. Gonna try them, see what I think. I'll let you know if they're any good when I decide to open them up. So we're going to recap last Monday. Seth versus Montez Ford. Seth ending with the stomp, getting the pinfall, and then going for another stomp on Montez after the match. But Angelo Dawkins comes in to make the save, and that has caused the match for this week. Yeah, I don't think Seth will win. Michael thinks that. Todd also thinks the same thing. And let's book it after this. If and when Seth does win, would that create a bit of tension between the Street Profits and eventually cause their demise and breakup? Do we think? How does that sound? Looking great tonight as always. We've got the red and gold jerseys. Solo cups everywhere. So Michael thinks the Street Profits are definitely breaking up soon. Yeah, I think if they are going to push Montez Ford, they don't want to keep him in the tag division for too much longer. Some things they don't need to break up yet. And again, I think maybe Survivor Series, because that's not far away. You could sort of do teases up until then, and then at Survivor Series, they lose a tag match. If they lose a tag match, they turn on each other and say, we can't seem to get a win. If they can't seem to get a win, there's no point in being together. They could do like an amicable split rather than a turn on each other. Maybe during the draft. I don't know if they're going to be doing a draft for later on this year, Michael. As far as the insider story is, there is no brand split anymore. We know that we do see more superstars sticking to the same brand already, but officially there isn't actually a brand split. So Seth's already going for a stomp. Dawkins manages to get out of the way just in time. So we're getting Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor, as I alluded to earlier on, right at the start of the stream. Dawkins with an headlock. Seth pushes him off. Seth with a leapfrog. Dawkins with a cartwheel. Very nice. And then a big drop kick. Goes for the pin. Seth kicks out at one. Arm wrench and an armbar on Seth. Seth uses the ropes to get him off. Goes for a clothesline. Oh, and a big back elbow from Angelo Dawkins. Very nicely done. I've got Montez Ford on the outside. Talking some trash to Seth. Distracting him. And then Angelo with a massive tackle, very similar to what Braun Strowman did. And the tackle pushed him right over the announce desk, straight onto the floor. I think that was a bit more of a rough landing than he was hoping. Ford might have been on something by that point. I don't know what it would be, but it was entertaining, to say the least. It was quite funny. So we're back on commercial breaks. I'm going to have a mouthful of water. Well, it's their water, it's juice. Yeah, working in retail, I do a lot of talking throughout the day. So I do seem to get quite a dry throat. And then when I'm here all night talking, 40 minutes already we've been live. And I've been talking for pretty much all of that as well. You do end up getting a very sore and a very dry throat. Let's put this katsu chicken up and let's see what it says. Doesn't smell the greatest. Well, let's have a try. It's got a little bit of flavouring from katsu, but it's quite bland, I'm afraid. It's not as good as I was expecting. I was hoping for a bit more spice, but very bland overall. We're getting the Miz on a cricket advert, which doesn't make sense to me, but I don't really watch American commercials apart from Monday Night Raw. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, it's been the opening segment's been fine so far. We are already pretty much half an hour into Monday Night Raw. We've had a great sort of promo and segment from the women's division. We've had Angelo Dawkins and Seth pretty much start the match, and not much else has happened. And exactly what I was about to get to, Sandra's reading my mind. The commercials kill matches. We know they're a necessary evil, but there's not much we can do about them. That's how WWE make a lot of their money. So Seth with an armbar on Dawkins. Dawkins using his elbows to try and get out to the jaw. Arch up into the corner. And Seth pulling Angelo Dawkins into the turnbuckle. And Montez Ford trying to sort of build up his partner, giving some motivation. Seth gives him a little kick to the head from the ring to the outside. So Montez grabs a steel chair from under the ring, jumps in the ring, and then starts going for Seth. But the referee tries to keep in the middle, stop him getting disqualified. The referee says that he needs to go to the back. Seth smiles, cheers. Seth's just really playing the character, really, really enjoying it. I was wondering what he was going to put there, but then I realised Seth is such an agitator. He's brilliant. But I think that's Seth's detriment now. It gave Angelo Dawkins a chance to sort of throw Seth to the outside and then do a suicider over the top rope with a spin splash in the corner. And then, like an enziguri, another slam, 1, 2, and kick out before the 3. with Montez sort of in the back now, that seemed to really reinvigorate Angelo Dawkins. I think he should completely, Michael. He's out of the sort of team that he's in. I think he's the sort of second player in the team in terms of WWE pushes. But I do think that he is a big enough star on his own where he should be able to get a singles title on his own merit. So Seth's been going for a couple of stomps. Dawkins seems to get out of the way. Goes for a roll up, gets a 2 count. Got a great power bomb and a solid 2 count. So Seth, I think, realizes he's now in a bit of a fight, which is great. And we're getting the Ezekiel and Kevin Owens up shortly. No, thank you very much, Sandra. We do have the super chats available, which means that you can do a little donation to us with any of the super chats. We do leave it on screen a little bit longer just because you have sort of thrown a little bit of money towards the channel. We don't get all of it, but we do get a percentage, which does help. So Dawkins ends up taking the pin there on a 3 count. I think that was a pedigree that ended the match. I was just reading the comment, and the match seemed to end pretty quickly. So Seth with a stomp after the bell after the match. And then Dawkins gets Montez come out to save him. So Seth scarpers out to the outside. Anytime. Thank you very much, Sandra. You're always doing lots of lovely stuff for us in the comments. Making sure I don't forget things. So last Monday we're going a recap of Edge. This. So we're going to recap of Edge being kicked out of Judgment Day. So yeah, we're going in returning from injury at SummerSlam, taking out Judgment Day, and basically saying he's here to end Judgment Day now. And then last Monday, we had the Judgment Day come out and pretty much destroy the Mysterios until Edge turns up. Edge taking out pretty much all of Judgment Day. And then Rhea pushing Dominic in the way of Edge's spear instead of Finn Balor taking it. And we've got the Mysterios. Dominic trying to psych up his dad. Edge coming in saying that he's got their backs if anything happens. So who do we think will work with Edge? I don't know. So Dominic just pushes Edge after obviously taking the spear. Ray trying to stick in the middle. Oh, we're getting the tease of Dominic turning on his dad. Could what I was predicting come out? Orton maybe. As far as I know, I don't think Orton's going to be back until at least sort of January Royal Rumble time. Injury is keeping him out after surgery. Dominic, yeah, he seems to be doing the teasing. That's very interesting. Thomas fan. Rhea only attacked Dominic, and not Ray. Did anyone else notice that? Could it be that Dominic just feels an easier target for Rhea? Because she was the one who pushed Dominic in the way of Edge's spear. She had him in the corner in the head scissors. Yeah, very, very interesting. Very, very nicely noticed. I didn't even see that happening myself. So we are on commercial break. So I reckon when we come back, we are getting the Ezekiel and Kevin Owens match. I'd love to know what's going to be happening with that one because that seems to have been going on forever. I forgot. Where's my light? Is that a bit better? That looks a bit better for me. Rhea's the biggest jerk in Judgment Day. I think they're all big jerks in their own way, but that is kind of the point of them, I think. So, yeah, we're on commercial break still. What have people got planned for later on in the week then? Anything good? Anything exciting planned? Sandra's hoping to bring back the Authors of Pain. I think under Triple H's sort of leadership, I think they would probably make a better dominant team. But I think when they had, was it Drake Maverick as the manager, it just wasn't very good. Ended up urinating on themselves. He ended up urinating on himself. Michael misses the Authors of the Pain too. WWE fan has a feeling that Dominic's going to come out in a purple and black attire. Sandra says Rhea is a jerk, but to take care of business. Yeah, she does. She kicks some serious ass if she needs to. 2 weeks ago, Rhea took Dominic from Ray's party, and then Judgment Day attacked Ray and Rhea put Dominic through the table. Yeah, again, Rhea's been the one to instigate all of the punishment on Dominic. It hasn't really come from Finn or Damien. Again, a very, very another good, valid point. So you're watching wrestling on Watch Wrestling this weekend in the Impact and GCW. That's great to hear, Michael. Is that what you use to watch some of your stuff now? Yeah, I'm watching wrestling now at the minute, Monday Night Raw. Rhea could be jealous of Dominic. Don't know. Maybe we'll get an answer at some point. Todd said that Impact is pretty good. Yeah, Impact is one of the most underrated wrestling shows, I think, around at the minute. If you look at something like AEW, they've got a lot of big names. They've got a lot of talent on the shows. Whereas Impact, they might not have as many big, well-known names, but they can still put on great match after great match after great match. I think if anyone was going to turn up an Impact, or if he was going to go anywhere, I think Bray Wyatt is probably the best fit for Impact, in all honesty. In terms of character work, he is very good at the gimmick characters and the very in-depth characters. And I think unless it was WWE, I don't think he'd end up really fitting anywhere else other than Impact. It may be ridiculous, but she might have a crush on him. That's also a good point. Dominic's an easy target. Raise a challenge with experience level. Again, another good point, Sandra. When you can't afford it, watch it on there. Yeah, I don't blame you. Don't encourage it, but well. And then MLW, Impact, and JCW are all good. Yeah. GCW, I've watched one or two of theirs. We did the World in, I think it was January, February time, maybe a bit later with Dom. Absolutely fantastic. And I was blown away by it. Sandra also used it. Yeah. And again, it's not something we condone here, but we know what happened. Did anyone see the reports that MJF has signed with WWE? No. When? Let me have a quick Google on that bit of news. MJF news. Let's have a look. So we don't know what the contract status is of MJF at the minute. Is officially signed to AEW until 2024. So until that point, we're not sure what's happening. So we've got Ezekiel and Kevin Owens in the ring. Kevin Owens charges at Ezekiel, loads of stomps, throws him into the ring post, and then into the announcer's desk. Owens to hear Zeke speak. We don't really need the match again, do we? We want an end to the story. Kevin Owens looking for his power bomb onto the ring apron. Very brutal. Todd doesn't want to hear him. Since Ezekiel didn't get an entrance, we know who's winning this. Yeah, pretty much. Hello, that's not how we're doing. How are you doing? How was your weekend? KO has been booked badly. He deserves a hell of a lot more. I think with Triple H at the Realm, it might just be close this storyline down and then maybe building back up to being back in the main event scene. Yeah, I want him to finish it. I want him rid of it. No, I didn't. I was reading comments. Sorry. Sandra says hi, Hassan. It was good. We didn't forget the poll, I'm afraid. When I'm doing it, because I'm streaming from a tablet rather than a desktop computer, I don't have the ability to do the polls as of right now, I'm afraid. If I could, I would, because I know it's something that people do enjoy doing, but I don't have the ability on an Android tablet. I've looked into trying to do it, but I would need a laptop, and I don't have a laptop as of right now, so I can't really do anything in terms of doing it on a Windows computer. If I had one, I'd happily do it straight away for people. Let's have some more of this chicken. Yeah, we can. Any match that comes up, we can just put whoever we think's going to win, and we can keep track in the chat. KO wins, maybe, unless they might be writing it off with a no contest. Sure, that's a yeah, great idea. He might have got seriously injured. It might be one where they're trying to write him off in storyline anyway, but no idea. What do we think is going to be happening next then? Are we going to get a match between KO and Ezekiel? Or is it going to be complete no contest into the next segment? I'd like to see a match with Kevin, but I wouldn't want to see it against Ezekiel. Put KO in the ring and have someone come out as an open challenge, maybe. Maybe the brother shows up, yeah. Um, would that be enough time to put the beard and stuff on Ezekiel to turn into Elias? Near Michael, it went to a no contest. Ezekiel basically got beaten before the bell. Evil on Paramount Plus. I shall check that out. Is that the WWE one, Sandra? Where they basically do a episode on each wrestler? So we're now going Judgment Day. But no Rhea. So Todd doesn't like the name Judgment Day. No, it's doesn't seem very fitting when you end up losing a lot. But Michael loves the theme, and I do enjoy it. I think I do like the guitar riff. It does really make me smile. So yeah, we're going. The Judgment Day comes to the ring. Well, I'll say the Judgment Day, Damien Priest and Finn Balor, because that's only two of the three. So yeah, I think so. Evil's about a cemetery student who works as a psychiatrist to solve spiritual issues with the Catholic Church. That seems like a strange mishmash of different people. But I'll have a look. I'll check the trailer out when I get a chance. They're not DX, that's for sure, or NWO, no. I don't even think they're rated RKO. So Balor's in the ring saying that Edge is saying that the Judgment Day should fear Edge and they should fear Rey Mysterio, but the Judgment Day isn't afraid of anyone. Balor's saying that fear is a product of the imagination, which technically is correct. But danger is very real. But we're going to find out that Finn Balor is danger. Passionate promo. And Damien Priest. Damien Priest saying that if he could tonight, he would lay Edge out. Edge hasn't wrestled on Monday Night Raw in Toronto in 12 years. So one-on-one, the Rated R Superstar versus a punishment of the Judgment Day. So Damien Priest saying that Edge might have started the Judgment Day, but the Judgment Day will end Edge. Todd's been to Bray. Very nice. Obviously Finn's hometown. Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland. Finn's Baddiel is a brilliant heel in the right persona. If you look at his character work when he was in the Bullet Club, he was phenomenal. He was absolutely brilliant. But with the scripting on the promos, it makes it harder to make it believable as a heel. So Edge and Rey Mysterio have just had a bit of chat in the back, done a fist bump, so obviously they're on the same page. Todd loves Finn with an edge. Again, I mean, Finn with the attitude and the passion is great, but it needs the, I think, freedom in the promos to be able to articulate it in a way that Finn would say it rather than Finn's character would say it. Do we get Dominic turning on Ray tonight? I don't know if it's right now. I think maybe closer to the Royal Rumble or at the Royal Rumble would make more sense because you could build that match up until WrestleMania, as I did sort of plan. Coleman Clackamus, you're only here to shoosh, needs a push. You should have gone shoosh, needs a push. But again, brilliant tag team. I think they do deserve more of a push. And again, I can't stand them, but that is because of the great character work. Finn should be the demon. I think it should be the demon in matches, but not sort of in the promos because I don't think we've really heard the demon version of Finn speak. Dakota Kai and Io Sky are winning the women's tag championship tournament. Yeah, I think that they are probably the ones that are going to be winning. Sandra says, "Hi Chris, thanks for joining us." He was in earlier on, Sassy. He did stick his head in earlier on, but a stick to Dominic turn on his dad. Yeah, I think that they should be teasing it between now and sort of Royal Rumble time. Sandra says, "Are you conman?" But yeah, we're on commercial break at the minute, guys. We're pretty much an hour in already, third of the way through. That seems to have gone a lot quicker than I expected. How do you feel? Sandra, Todd, Chris, Michael? Does that seem to have gone relatively quick for you guys? Yeah, I think both people, Otis and Chad Gable, both need a great push. They both deserve it. They both probably should have a lot more in there to be pushed into a title picture. Yeah, we've been waiting long enough, but did you hear my booking for the Mysterios, Chris? What I'd sort of planned in my head for how I want the Mysterio storyline to continue. If not, I can always recap it if you want me to. Okay. Don't need a couple more members. I don't know if it's a couple more members needed. I think it's just better booking, I'm afraid. And Sandra wants a recap. So Dominic and Rey Mysterio obviously have been teaming for quite a while. Between now and I say Royal Rumble just because it's a great point for it to be the starting point of the turn. You'll get Dominic throwing out Rey and basically going, it's for a main event opportunity. That to me is how a lot of great teams have played the Royal Rumble. Throw the tag team partner out and just say, I'm going for a main event title push, main event WrestleMania match. It's nothing that you should be stopping me coming for. Then maybe the next night on Monday Night Raw, Ray confronts Dominic and says, why would you throw me out? Dominic turns on his dad, completely beats him down in terms of brutality, in terms of completely taking him out of the picture. Maybe sort of write him off TV until after the February, maybe March time. Bring him back after the February Premium Live event, whatever that may be. And then the Raw after that one, bring Ray back and build the storyline of father versus son at WrestleMania. Because at WrestleMania, I would do the match. Ray has his career on the line for the mask. So if Ray wins, he keeps his career going and keeps the mask. If he loses, he has to retire, and Dominic then takes the mask and brings a Mysterio name going forward. After the match at WrestleMania, Dominic does get the win. They walk down the ramp, and they can hug, sort of reconcile after the match, hug, shake hands, whatever, embrace in some way, walk back up the ramp, and when they get to the top of the ramp without facing the audience, Ray pulls the mask off, hands it to Dominic, and they walk off behind the curtain together. How's that? So Ray officially retires and doesn't have to perform anymore, unless obviously he wants to. But then you have the Dominic Mysterio in the mask going forward as the new face, because the heel turn for Dominic would give him more character development, which he doesn't obviously have at the minute because he's only been face. He gets to work with someone that he knows and he trusts in terms of his father. Yeah, how does that sound? That's how I've sort of in my head thought I would love to see that storyline move forward. Are we rocking it on booking? Sandra says the need for Ray. Bayley needs to be the one to beat Bianca. I think that might happen. Sandra seems to like it. Todd seems to love it. I do think that it's a match I would love to see, and it's a storyline where you can get invested in it because everyone has got family. Everyone has got mum, dad, brother, sister, daughter, son, whatever. So it seems to be an easy story to tell. All right, Michael, you have a great night. I shall probably see you next week for Monday Night Raw. Don't forget, if you're in on Wednesday, join Dom or Ant. I think it'll probably be Ant. Sandra says, bye, Mox Buddy. I reckon you'll be back on Wednesday to watch Mox and Jericho. I better call some action, haven't I? So, Finn Balor with a dagger elbow to Ray. Dropping him down, counting a 2, going a 2 count. Todd says, night, Mike. Sandra says, Finn is winning. Yeah, I don't think Finn should probably win this. They need to start giving Judgment Day some wins to build up the team if they're going to be a dominant faction. Vertical suplex from Finn. Goes for a second, but with holding on. And then going for the third, Three Amigos. And Finn's doing the shimmy as well. So that little sort of half step, let Ray get a suplex himself. Finn wins, yeah. Ray with a kick, forearms, goes for the Irish whip. Then Finn drops down, takes a kick. Finn with a kick to the midsection. Sunset flip. But Ray rolls through. Basement drop kick straight to the head of Balor. Goes for a pin, gets a 2 count. So Ray with a shoulder barge in the corner to Finn. And then right hands, 1, 2, 3. Finn turns around, gets Ray up in an electric chair position. Ray counters, gets a bulldog. Goes for a pin, gets a 1, 2, kick out from Finn. Mox loses to Jericho, maybe. And Priest will get the assistance. Yeah, I think Priest is going to be the interference in the match. Whether it causes a disqualification or whether it is a clean win. But, yeah. Ray with a drop kick to Finn into the 619 position. So, Dominic, Damien Priest actually takes the 619 to stop Ray getting it on Finn. And then Ray gets his head bounced right off the ring post. Now going to commercial break again. But yeah, one commercial break. Let's have a look. Bailey needs a 4th, but who? I don't know. I think a 4th member would really make it a solid team, but I just don't know who I think would suit him. That's not a bad call, Todd. What about Doudrop? That could work. Rhea could choke to help Finn out. Yeah, Rhea's been interfered, so it could be Rhea. With Damon Priest could cause a distraction, allow Rhea to get in and attack Rhea. Who knows? Oh. Sorry, guys. It's been a long weekend. I'm still surprised Dominic's showing up, but like I said, he's not been feeling so well. How about Nikki Cross with the gimmick change or Sasha? I don't see Sasha turning up for quite a while yet anyway. But Nikki Cross with more of the sanity gimmick from NXT than the Nikki Ash character, I think would work. Sort of a little bit of crazy Nikki would work. Mm. Yeah, I think she could really work. So we've got Ray and Finn on the second ropes. Ray looking for a sunset flip. Finn hangs on. So Ray pulls his leg out, causing Finn to go face first off the turnbuckle. Balor going for a slam. Ray gets the arm drag instead. And then Ray with the slide to the outside sunset flip, causing Finn to go backfaced into the surrounding barricades. Damien Priest is back there again talking trash to Ray. Ray seems to be a bit distracted. That allows Finn time. But the referee seems to take a bit of a knock. Oh, an entrance coming out. Edge equalizer. Goes straight for Damien Priest. Big boot takes Damien over the barricade. They're absolutely brawling everywhere. All into the crowd. Finn looks upset, annoyed, and worried because his sort of trump card has been taken out. So Ray sunset flip, 1, 2, 2 count. So Ray's fighting and Finn's fighting back, exchanging right hands. Ray swaps it up, goes for kicks to the leg. And then Enziguri, Finn drops into the position to take the 619. Finn counters with a big clothesline lariat. Shotgun dropkick from Finn. Finn's climbing up to the top, looking probably for the coup de grace. Ray gets out the way. And then Hurricane Rana trying the 619 again. But Ray had Dominic on his shoulders. Dominic pretty much lifeless. Oh, Dominic's face looks massively destroyed. Finn with a 1916. And then Cody Grash straight to Ray. 1, 2, and 3. Dominic's face is battered, bruised, cut, everything. Great call, Sandra. Totally agreeing with that one. Yeah, it was absolutely brutal looking on Dominic's face. And Rhea just carrying Dominic out on her shoulders and then just dumping him on the floor. Great distraction. Really worked. Rhea needs to lead Judgment Day. That could be an interesting dynamic. And out of everyone, she seems to be the one that's got the character built absolutely solid and can work properly as the complete heel. Whereas Finn's obviously had changes between face and heel. Damien Priest was face for a while and then turned heel. So, yeah. So, where's Damien Priest and Edge ended up? We haven't seen them. Yeah, she's doing brilliant. She's doing really good work. And she's always been a great performer. She did get compared to Charlotte Flair when she first joined WWE, but she did change it up quite a bit. So there's, yeah, a couple of NXTs. Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark. And they're going up against Natalya and Sonya Deville. Shiley and Shotzi versus Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah. So completely different. So we've got Dana Brooke and Tamina. So Dana saying that she could be a double champion. With Tamina by her side, she's got a good chance. Bayley turns up. And she's like, we're not going to roll you up for the 24/7 title. Bayley saying that she was the first person to hold the women's tag titles. Tamina saying they're going to take Dakota and Io out of the match. They're going to do it right now. So yeah, we're going to get Tamina and Dana Brooke versus Dakota Kai and Io Sky in one of the first round matches. Someone else dressed Corey looks great. Carmella might have had something to do with that. We don't know. The jacket, I think, the jacket was cool. That I think he was wearing. That was rubbish last week. What was rubbish last week, Todd? Sorry. Dakota and Sky win. Yes, 100%. I think they're winning the full thing. Is that for last week? Was that the? Yeah, yeah. It was a stupid looking jacket. Nothing compared to this week. So commercial break. Corey looks dreadful. I like his style, but sometimes one of the jackets he wears or the suit he wears just doesn't really sort of do it for him. A lot of the time, I do quite like his sort of style because black jeans and a jacket always looks in style, but sometimes the jacket itself just looks awful. I do agree with that sod sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, it does look quite stylish. It does look quite sort of fashionable on there. So we're on commercial break still, guys. Well, we're on. If you haven't already, I know you probably have, but don't forget to give the video a like, give it a share, subscribe to that channel. It really does help us out. And if you really want to spoil us, we would love any super chat that you would do because that does include donation to the channel. You can do anything from I think it's $1 all the way up to whatever you like. A good percentage of that does come to the channel itself direct, so it does help towards paying for the stuff that we use to make this sort of content available for you guys, whether it is the thumbnails that we put for YouTube or anyone or in any of the streaming platforms, or it goes towards the photo editing apps that we use to create the thumbnails for you guys, or the app itself that we use to stream on. So we use a website called StreamYard. Make it so easy for us to be able to do this for everyone. It allows also cross-platform streaming. So we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time, and we can see comments from everything. So if you can do any super chats, that just like I said does really help us out. We do really appreciate every little donation, and literally every single little sort of like or share. It all means something to us because we just appreciate that time that you'll spend with us directly. Todd says it's not as bad as what Hangman Page's pants was, and he was channeling a teenage girl. That wasn't the best. So we've got Bailey coming out now. And then EO Sky. And again, great music for EO Sky. I love that music. That entrance theme is brilliant. And we're going Dakota Kai now. So yeah, it's official. 6-woman tag team match at Clash at the Castle. Bianca Belair, Oscar, and Alexa versus Bailey, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. And we've got Dana Brooke coming out now. 24/7 champion. And Tamina. But yeah, there was battling over the 24/7 title a few months ago, and there was at each other's throats. And now they're teaming up. Doesn't make much sense, really, to me anyway. So, first round match, women's tag team champions going to be crowned. Dakota Kai and Io Sky versus Dana Brooke and Tamina. We're starting off with Dakota Sky and Dana Brooke. So Dana Brooke with a headlock. Dakota going for an arm drag. Dana reversed it, cartwheel, and then a kick to the face. Goes for a pin, gets a 1 count. Yeah, Baylor's teams are winning this. Who do I think, Sassy? Same thing? Is it going? Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think you'd be far behind. So Tamina tagged in. And Dakota Kai looks a little bit worried. Tamina with some right uppercuts and then takes Io Sky off the apron. Kick to the midsection of Dakota Kai. Nice vertical suplex from Tamina. Great power. Dakota Kai is rolling to the outside. Dana Brooks tagged in and climbs to the top. Big cross body taking out both Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai is still a legal woman, I think. I don't know. We'll find out when we come back. Sandra wishes Tamina was tagging with Shayna. Yeah, that'd be a great team. Two very, very sort of big, strong, dominant women. That'd work. Seeing a pizza, I really want pizza now. Getting back to Nikki Cross, needs to drop the silly superhero thing. Yeah, it's well past its sell-by date, I'm afraid. Sandra said she was great in Insanity. She was brilliant. Some of the bumps that she took in takeover matches was absolutely fantastic, and I think that going back to that gimmick would give her a new lease of life. She doesn't have to go full crazy, Nikki Cross, but go back to that base of a character. Would be something that I'd call for all day long, because I think that character was always a more enjoyable character. Nikki Ashworth is great for a little while, but as soon as you've got past that main point of the gimmick, it just seems to lose steam, really. And she's not had any big wins, which, again, doesn't make it really a legitimate sort of character to build going forward. It's only going to be used as a comedy character, so it's never going to be long-term main event sort of player in there. So we're now back, first round match for the women's tag team titles. We've got Dana Brooke and Dakota Kai in the ring. So during the break, Io Sky whipped Dana Brooke into the barricade, the LED board. Dakota tags out now. Io comes in. Irish whip. And then good teamwork. We've had a couple of kicks. Drop kick from Io Sky. Cover 1, 2, kick out from Dana. Do we think Bayley's going to get involved in the finish of the match? Or do we reckon it's going to be a clean win to build the credibility? Io Sky with a few kicks to Dana Brooke. And then double knees straight to the sternum. Gets a 2 count, very solid. Tags to Dakota Kai. Dakota comes in. Rear chin lock. Dakota Kai with a handful of air, bringing Dana back down. Goes for a pin. 1, 2, and another kick out. There's Bayley sucks chant. Camera cuts to her, and she's going very annoyed at that. Talking trash to the crowd, obviously riling them up. Dana with like a power bomb. Gets a 2 count, very close. Clean winning a fair amount of time with the ladies tonight overall. Yeah, 100%. Started off with the women's segment, and then we've had this match. If you look at what happened with the I can't remember what tournament it was last time. Was it the number one contenders or something like that for the women's? It was women's Queen of the Ring. That tournament in total for the women's matches lasted like 10, 15 minutes in total for every single match. It was ridiculous. There's no one meaner than Tamina in the corner now with the back elbows to Io Sky. Goes for the Irish whip. Io Sky with a kick from Sky. Forearms to Tamina. Tamina with another kick. Samoan drop to Io Sky. Goes for a pin. 1, 2. Dakota Kai just in time. Breaks that pinfall up. Dana Brooke comes in. Goes to throw Dakota Kai to the outside, but it's reversed. So Dakota going. No, Dana, sorry. Dana was going for a springboard elbow. Bailey pulled Dakota out of the way. Tamina on the top rope. Io Sky taking some punishment. Dakota Kai tries to intervene but takes a big boot to the face, lands on the apron, and then falls to the mat. Tamina right on the top. Went for some sort of splash. Scorpion kick from Kai, very nice. Big boot in the corner. Tag to Io Sky. Io Sky on the top rope. Beautiful moonsault. Pin, 1, 2, 3. Women are talented. Brilliant match. Very good match. Very impressed with everyone in there. I thought Bailey might have had a bit more involvement, but not as much as I was expecting, especially not in the finish itself. Yeah, that's definitely Triple H's booking for us. Makes it so easy to enjoy the match itself. So Dakota Kai and Io Sky into the semi-finals. So they will be going up against either Alexa Bliss and Asuka or Nikki Ash and Doudrop. We've got Bobby Lashley in the back, warming up for his US title match against Ciampa. Changes he's making have been brilliant. Yeah, it's little things that have been changed, but given a lot more to the products. Supposedly, he's unbanned the words wrestling and wrestle because it was a thing that Vince didn't like. There was performers, there was superstars, but from what I can read, Michael Cole has been using the terms on SmackDown. Yeah, we expect nothing less of Triple H. He's a student of the game, no pun intended, but the game is reinventing the game. I spoke to Dominant a couple of days ago, and it was just after Karrion Kross had returned, and I put Triple H has gone from being the game to the game changer, and I just thought it really fit because of what's happened. Dakota Kai and Io Sky winning the Women's Tag Championship tournament. It's a right call. Yeah, I don't think there's any other team going to be winning that. I don't think that Nikita Lyons and I can't remember her name, sorry. The two from NXT will probably be in the main event as well, which I don't think is going to help the NXT brand. It's going to build them up so when they do eventually come to the main roster, they've got some established sort of matches and maybe a win over a couple of sort of high-level women stars. So we're on a commercial break. That's since I sort of last really checked, we've had another 40 minutes, which doesn't seem to have lasted that long. It seems to have flown by. Which, again, I'm engaged. There is commercial breaks, but it's not really ruining the flow of action as much as we're normally used to. We haven't got to the final hour yet, so we don't know how that's going to be. So Chris has got Dakota Kai and Io Sky versus Shotzi and Xylee in the finals. I'd love to see it. Shotzi deserves so much more. Xylee's phenomenal, but I think maybe the two NXT standouts will probably get maybe get the main event sort of match. Sandra's picking Lashley. So my plan for this match, I don't know if anyone heard it when we first started the stream. Lashley wins. Miz comes out and starts beating on Ciampa for not winning the match and bringing the US title back. And lights go out, and when the lights come back on, Johnny Gargano's back. Johnny Gargano and Ciampa reform DIY, go on an absolute tear, producing match after solid match. And then in a year or two's time, they do the DIY breakup, very similar to the NXT. Todd thinks Lashley loses. Sandra's going with what I think. Dakota Kai and Io Sky versus the NXT team. Chris is thinking Ciampa's going to win the United States Championship. I think that's a very good possibility, but I think that you maybe pull that back and maybe have interference in the match tonight, and that will then lead into a match later on down the line, maybe at Clash of the Castle. Then we could maybe get a title change that at the actual stadium show in the UK. So we've got Kevin Owens. So Kevin is saying that he's done the destroying of Ezekiel because it is still the Kevin Owens show. There's a crashed car in the background. No idea what that was for, but there was Doudrop and Nikki ASH there. Sassy likes how I think, whereas Todd thinks it'll be Ciampa. He's a Triple H guy, we know, but I think they'd want to build him up a bit more first after being sort of 2 matches in and then winning the title. Got another little snacky snack. Yeah, I noticed that, Chris. I was trying to see who was around while still trying to listen to KO. Oh, there'll be a War Games at WrestleMania. I don't think they'll do a War Games at Mania just because of space constraints for 2 separate rings. I think at any other show it probably would work a bit better, but maybe not at Mania itself. Yeah, I've got a little muffin. Little chocolate chip muffin. Nom, nom, nom. So we've got Dominic in the back with a trainer. Looks in some considerable pain. So now what we're going? Legacy of the United States Championship. Same as what we had last week, I think it was. So people like Harley Race, Sergeant Slaughter, Rowdy Roddy Piper, American Dream Dusty Rhodes, Nature Boy, JBL, Eddie Guerrero, Scott Hall, Cena, all held the United States title. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. IC title, Intercontinental title, is that still Gunther? Yeah, I think it is. Gunther took it from Ricochet, and it's pretty much been held. It's been held on to since. It's been quite dominant. Mm. So we go in the black art now. Ciampa's coming out with the Miz in tow. They're trying to get Braun back, really? I thought he was a bit too busy with controlling narrative. I think it's someone that, if he does turn up, it'll be a big, big signing. It'll be a big statement from Triple H. So, yep, up next we're going Lashley versus Ciampa for the US title. Yeah, the dude, 100%. Banks is a legit star. There's not many people, I think, maybe apart from Charlotte and Ronda, that have got more mainstream crossover success. Both, I don't think both will return at some point. Business, I think, it was drawing to a close. I don't think it deserved to go as it did with Amos taking MVP. Obviously, yeah, there is still the Fiend. He's still teasing left, right, and centre. But I think it's one where he's a worker. He's going to work the business as long as he can to make sure there is as much hype as possible behind his return. Great idea. Big Swole, I don't think has got a little bit of controversy behind her when she was in AEW. But you'll bring her into WWE, she's going to be a very big name to cross over. Todd says he's not sure. I think if you put Big Swole in there against someone like Charlotte, I think it is going to be a big money match. Big Swole can certainly go in the ring, and I think that it will create some refresh to the women's division. I don't know about bringing us straight onto the main roster, but I think maybe NXT for a few months minimum, just to get the WWE style of working. She reminds me of Jazz, boxing and wrestling great for SmackDown. Yeah, like I said, she's a really good in-ring worker. So I don't see why WWE wouldn't want her, but it could just be name value on there. So we're going Lashley with his firework pyros. So Lashley getting some good cheers now. Even more pyro for Bobby. Right behind Bobby with a pyro. Seemed to scare the Miz a little bit, which was fun. So Ciampa's wearing a Harley Race style robe because it's Harley Race was the first US title holder. Bring back Big Cass. Yeah, he's improved a lot. His physique's got so ridiculous. And bring Jonathan Gresham out of Ring of Honor. I think that WWE would love someone like Gresham, his talent, his technical ability, but it would get really watered down. And I think that's the problem with it. When I watched Death Before Dishonor, when it went up against Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor title, it was brilliant technical ability, brilliant match, but it just felt like WWE couldn't put on that sort of match. So Lashley with a shoulder tackle to Ciampa. Lashley going for a suplex. Vertical suplex. Delayed vertical suplex. And drops down. Very nicely done. So off the turnbuckle goes Ciampa's head. Lashley climbs up to the second rope. Right hands. 1, 2. Ciampa pulls Lashley down. But Lashley uses the elbows in the corner. Lashley off the ropes. Goes. Ciampa jumps up, goes for like a splash. But Lashley catches him. Drags him up onto the shoulder. Ciampa kicks out. And then chop block to Lashley. Kicks to the head. Chop. Lashley's just looking annoyed at that. Another one. Lashley's just going back up to his feet. And a big back elbow, very similar to the Judas effect from Jericho. Ciampa gets out the ring, gets away, creates a separation. WWE and Thomas Fan has a feeling that Gargano's going to come out to help Ciampa. Again, I pitched an idea with that earlier on. Gresham idea. Yeah, Gresham is brilliant, but I just don't think WWE would utilise him enough. So Lashley has got Ciampa on his shoulders. Miz is trying to interfere, so Lashley thinks, oh well, and just basically throws Ciampa into the Miz, taking him down. Maybe could come out and screw him. Yeah, could do. Reignite the heel with heel Ciampa and face Gargano. That'd work. I look so tired, don't I? I look really tired this week. But I think if it was going to do it, they should bring him in and have the Miz turn on Ciampa to turn Ciampa babyface, and then have Gargano come out. So it's both faces. But yeah, it's one where he could realistically turn up, and I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't, but I would like to see it. Could if it was in SmackDown, yeah. So it could be where they bring Gargano in and then swap them both over to SmackDown as a tag team. No idea, could work. So WWE are now sponsoring the stopping of vaping, which is a very good move. It's not something I've ever done, but I don't have a problem with people that do it, but it's just something that's never interested me. Hang on, look at that chair. So Ciampa's looking at trying to take the top turnbuckle off. So Ciampa with the reverse chin lock. Bring back Tucker, put him with Otis. Says Chris. Sandra loved Heavy Machinery. Yeah, I enjoyed them. They was really enjoyable. Alpha Academy, you've got to go. Don't you like them, Todd? That's that's where I do quite enjoy them. I do like the heel dynamic that Chad Gable's got with a shoosh. And thank you. So Miz is in the corner speaking up to Ciampa. Lashley with an Irish whip. Lashley follows up, gets a boot to the face for his troubles. But then he kicks the midsection of Ciampa. Lashley up. Got the Dominator. 1, 2. Kick out. Miz looks worried on the outside. Don't like him. Chris agrees. I don't think you're meant to like him, but that's the main reason. I think they're doing great work if you really don't like him. So Ciampa's just got a 2 count. But you take them over Theory or you despise. I actually left a comment on Theory's TikTok page a few days ago, and he did end up liking it. So I do quite appreciate his time to sort of at least read the comment and like it. So it's not all bad, I don't think. He's again great at character work, which is one really good thing I do like. Theory is 2.0 Miz plus Sean. Yeah, maybe. I'd go also probably a lot of Dolph Ziggler in there in terms of showmanship as well. So Lashley just got spear. Ciampa was was taking the pin, and Miz puts the foot of Ciampa on top. So Lashley gets up and starts shouting at the Miz. Oh, I thought that was Gargano for a minute then. Still had very similar hair. AJ Styles come and takes Miz out of action. Ciampa goes for the roll up, gets a 2 count. And then Ciampa's taken the corner padding off. Lashley's looking ready to try and get the hurt lock. Miz is back. So is AJ. Rolling right through the ring. Lashley looks a bit distracted. So Lashley looking for the airlock. Ciampa throws Lashley into the exposed turnbuckle twice. And then big knee. Goes for a pin. 1, 2. Lashley powers out. Yeah, I agree, Sandra. That knee was absolutely beautifully done. Looking for the headlock again. And then Ciampa gets a submission himself. Lashley looks like he's getting stretched out. Lashley reverses it. Picks Ciampa up. And looks again for the Dominator. Lashley threads the outside. Ciampa follows up, but gets an elevated DDT. 1, 2. Kick out last second from Lashley again. Ciampa's taking the padding off his knee. Went for another knee. Bobby catches it. Picks him up. Big slam. And picks Ciampa up. Into the headlock. Ciampa's trying to get to the ropes. Lashley's just keeping him away. And taps out. Lashley retains. Again, very good match. Given a lot longer than I was expecting. Yeah, I agree, Sandra. Every match so far has been tonight really good, I think. Well, yeah, it wasn't really a match, I don't think. The bell went, but it was 30 seconds, wasn't it? Yeah, Chris, here comes Amos. Who's he going up against? So we're going advert for WrestleMania goes Hollywood next year, April 1st and 2nd. "24/7 Championship is a joke," and Todd agrees with that one. Yeah, I completely agree. It's when it first started, it was very, very enjoyable because they had a lot of good segments on there. But it's just been really watered down and it's done absolutely nothing for anyone. Whereas Todd has never liked it. I liked it to start with. I didn't like the look of the belt. I just thought it looked ridiculous, but no, well. So they need to bring back the light heavyweight or cruiserweight title. Again, I don't know if they would get utilised properly. Cruiserweight title obviously was around for a while, and I think when they got rid of it, bringing it back as soon as this would just make it look like they're trying to find a title just for the sort of smaller guys in a way. If you're going to put a title on someone, you want it to mean something more than anything if you're going to try and push them. So if you have the IC or the US title, it's creating more legitimacy, I think. That one. We've got Parker Curie coming. How we doing? Yeah, Scott Hall's still alive at the moment. He's had quite a few bad health issues, is he? No. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I completely forgot. Yeah, it was earlier this year. I completely forgot. Yeah. Um, earlier this year, 14th of March. It was supposedly a couple of heart attacks. It was on life support and then he got taken off life support. Yeah, now I remember. Yep, Conman, I agree. Ciampa should have gone over in somewhere rather than just losing technically clean to Lashley. Yeah, Todd agrees. Such a sad end to a great wrestler. He was Hall of Famer twice, I think. NWO and the Click, maybe on his own as well. So he could be a 3-time Hall of Famer. Yeah, definitely sad end. So we're going on Friday, the IC title match. Gunther and Shinsuke Nakamura. So backstage during the match itself, The Miz and AJ still fighting, had to get separated with officials. So we're now going to be going AJ Styles versus The Miz tonight in a no DQ match. Definitely, Todd. I think this will be a good match. Are we going Omos as well? Or is he going to be going up against, do we think, Dolph Ziggler? Someone like that? Yeah, I don't know if it'll be a squash or not. Depends on who it is. 2-on-1 handicap match. Even on a 2-on-1 match? Yeah, it's going to be a squash, isn't it? So is it enhancement? Yeah, it looks like enhancement talent. And we're getting Andre Guerca and Spencer Slade. So Amos just being very dominant, pushing one of the guys off because we didn't get an introduction for each one. So one of them brought back into the ring the hard way over the top rope. Amos tries to close one of them down. One of them goes for a crossbody. Almost catches them easily. Puts them on the shoulders. And like a gorilla press type slam. Yeah, I'm not sure, Sassy. It's probably on Raw. One, as Todd says, to fill a bit of time. And so to keep Moss on TV and looking strong. Realistically, that's probably about it. Yeah, it's been complete dominance. And then 1, 2, 3, easy. Yeah, there was nothing in that match worth really reporting on. Yeah, it was better as a bodyguard, but once you've got rid of that bodyguard persona and you have to do some wrestling, there's not much you can do really. You've got to perform in the ring, and he's doing what he's asked to do. So we're getting an interview with Riddle next week. So he's someone we haven't seen for a couple of weeks, really. And we've got Seth backstage now. So it's meant to be the injury that Riddle had. Obviously, kayfabe. Seth saying that he said he was done with Riddle. Seth mocking Riddle. Seth's calling himself the gatekeeper now. Oh, Dana White mentioned. So saying that he thinks that Seth's going to Seth thinks that Riddle's going to retire for good. So we're going Alpha Academy. Sorry, Todd. So Amos is better than the male models gimmick. 3 great wrestlers, yeah, but sometimes you put the great wrestlers in a gimmick to try and enhance them, but it might not always work. Seth's not had a title in 2 years, yeah, but you look at what he does. He's been entertaining. He's getting himself over. He's getting whoever he's going up against over without needing a title. That's usually what the best performers do. Seth had a match with Roman a few months back, yeah. Are you disappearing for 10 minutes, Todd? Oh, so we're going Chad Gable and Dolph Ziggler up next. Ziggles will win, yeah. Ziggles should win that easily. Otis and Gable need to go. Yeah, a lot of people aren't a big fan of them. I like the gimmick, but I don't think it's the greatest thing that I want to see all day long every day. And I've got another muffin. Yummy. But yeah, we're 35 minutes left of Raw. It seems to have gone a lot quicker than I was expecting, but that could just be a bit longer matches, a bit better stories, Triple H regime taking full force. And if it is, I don't mind in the slightest. Gable needs a singles run. I don't think he's capable of having a singles run. But do you ever see him realistically beating someone like Lashley or Gunther for a title? That's where I think that the issue is. It just doesn't have the legitimacy because he's been in a comedy gimmick for quite a while. And it's so hard to get out of the comedy gimmick into a fully fledged, legitimate title push. NXT, yeah, that could work. Drop him down, he'll feel like a bigger star. And again, him against Braun Breaker, technical ability through the roof, that'd be awesome. Yeah, overall, it's a lot better show for myself, Todd. I'll go through the ratings, but it won't be for another 20 minutes, half an hour yet, just because we've got a couple more matches left. Gable could win in New Japan, yeah. I think it'd be better fit for Impact, though. I don't think Impact would be a better suit to him based on his character work. But he could go to Japan and do really well. Something like Pro Wrestling Nova, I think, would really fit in. We've got 9 people in. Thank you very much for joining me. If you haven't already, give the video a like, give it a share, subscribe to the channel because it does really help us out. If you really want to be very generous to us, we do accept super chats. We are able to do them through YouTube. We do get a good percentage of the donation. That all goes back into producing the content for yourselves, whether it is producing the thumbnails, paying for the streaming content, or anything like that. Anything that we do is really appreciated. So thank you very much if you do decide to do any of that. We have got Dolph Ziggler coming out to the ring now. So I've got Dolph Ziggler, Chad Gable. Would I say that Ziggles is a mid-card guy now? I think he's a high mid-card. Very similar to people like Joe McIntyre, where they can jump into the main event scene if they need someone to go up against at a pay-per-view, but he's not going to be a main event through and through. So he's always going to be a high mid-card, I think. Sandra hates Braxton. Why? Why do you hate Braxton? Is that Kayla Braxton? So Gable pushing Ziggler off and looking very amateur style wrestling. Lots of transitions into crucifix pin. 1. Gable kicks out. Gable with a leg takedown. You mean Byron Saxton? I thought when he said Braxton, I thought you meant Kayla Braxton, who works as one of the interviewers. But yeah, I'm not his biggest fan, but He's okay. Ziggler with a roll through, sunset flip, gets a pin, 1 count. Gable trying to reverse power of strength from the bridge. Looking like they're going for a backslide. Who's going to get the elevation? Signals gets out, gets rolled up. Oh, beautiful German after the roll up. So they should have fresh announcers overall. I don't know. I think the play-by-play. I don't quite like Corey Graves. I just don't get the Baron Saxton commentary. I'd prefer someone like Renee Young, on there. I think she would be a lot more enjoyable because she's a great talker. Should have wrestled on the panel. Renee said she would not come back. Yeah, I don't blame her, but she is someone I do quite like, and I would want to see more. I'd love to see Wade Barrett because I love his in-ring work. I love his sort of style of commentary. Nigel McGuinness is another one from NXT. I don't know if he's still there. NXT UK, maybe. Yeah, we'll just go a 2 count off like a monkey flip type. Gable climbing up to the top rope, shouting shoes at the crowd. Went for a moonsault, landed on his feet. Ziggler, a huge DDT. 1, 2, kick out from Gable. He'd be perfect. Do you mean Wade Barrett or McGuinness? Beth Phoenix was good. I don't know why, but she never really grew on me as much as some of the people. I found her okay. I found her to do a good job, but I just didn't think she was the overall best. Okay, so Ziggler's going for the famous Gable catches in, going for the ankle lock. Todd's on the money. Regal does a great job. I love Regal. I was absolutely baffled why WWE actually let him go. You could put him in any role and it would work. He's working as a management guy in AEW with Blackpool Combat Club. He can work as a commentator. He's really funny, but he's also very, very insightful. He works as an authority figure as a general manager. So he's working that many different gimmicks or that many different roles and still manages to pull it off. It's brilliant. And WWE letting him go is ridiculous. Bring Jerry Lawler back. Not for me. I only think he works with Jim Ross in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's it. Ziggler going for sober kick. Gable went for an angle slam. Ziggler gets the sober kick. 1, 2, 3. Clean pin in the middle of the ring. In comes a tree trunk. Ziggler rolls out just in time, going away from Otis. Ziggler selling that ankle injury from the ankle lock. Triple H should do it. I reckon he'd be great on commentary as well. When we went straight into the first lockdown episodes in the Performance Centre, again, I found him quite entertaining. So next week, we're going Alexa Bliss and Asuka versus Nikki Ash and Doudrop in the women's tag tournament. Yeah, I'm picking Asuka and Bliss for that one. So I think that's a great thought, Sassy. Them two on commentary, Triple H and HBK, it'd be a riot. It'd be ridiculous, but it'd be funny. Oh, what's happening? We've just had Bailey and got Kainios guy in the back talking about trash. They're walking off, and then AJ turns up. So we're going AJ Styles and The Miz in an ODQ match. The X on the mic, absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, there was. So I'm still wondering what happened about the crashed car earlier, because we've not had an explanation. We've not had anything on there explaining what's happened or anything like that, which is very strange. Not sure. Paul Heyman on the mic. Commentary, I think, is great, or he was great back 20 years ago when he first joined after the Alliance Invasion storyline. But I think with the Tribal Chief gimmick, I don't want him anywhere near commentary unless it is just for a one-off Roman appearance. But Todd loves it. Like I said, he's absolutely great. Winner of Alexa Bliss and Oscar, Nikki Ash and Doudrop is going to lose to Dakota Kai and the Oscar. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Sandra agrees. I do too. Don't worry, we're all thinking the same thing. You love that guy back in ECW, yeah. Paul Heyman was great in ECW. Um, one of my favourite commentaries and play-by-play guys is always going to be Joey Styles. He was brilliant because he was a lone person just doing play-by-play. There was no heel in him, and just being able to call the action without a bias was a really enjoyable thing. But they want the dynamic of face, heel, play-by-play, because I've got that many buzzwords and catchphrases they need to get in. It would just sound very, completely scripted, which doesn't really work. Bayley Stabler's going to win every match they're in for the rest of 2022. I don't know if they'll win every match, but I do think that they're going to win the tournament, win the titles. Could Charlotte form a group for SmackDown? She probably could do. Don't know who would be in there. Bayley Stabler's going to be on Raw Talk, yeah. We're going AJ Styles. So Todd says AJ wins, but Miz will make a fight out of it. Yeah, definitely thinks that. With Triple H, Jericho and Bryan will retain. I don't know. I'd like to see him retain, but I just think that they're enjoying life absolutely elsewhere. Definitely going to win Clash at the Castle. Yeah, I don't think. Actually, I don't know. I think they might give the win to Bianca, Alexa, and Oscar, just to give a good big babyface women's win. Sandra's picking the Miz due to Ciampa, so we're going opposite. So I'm going to go. I think AJ is going to win. I'm siding with Todd. Miz is wearing his awesome shirt saying his balls are massive. So bell rings. AJ with a double leg takedown. Throw punches to the Miz. Miz rolls to the outside. AJ chases him down. Miz head bounced off the announcer's desk. And again, AJ's cleaning the top off. AJ takes sort of flapjack onto the ring apron, and then thrown into the ring steps, goes over the top. Crowd chanting tiny balls. What's the Miz going for under the ring? AJ catches him with a knee instead. AJ throws Miz into the ring itself. AJ is going a kendo stick. On a steel chair. Crowd cheering. But he tosses that to the side. Pulls out the table, crowd going nuts. They cut away at the wrong time. Miz went for a basement drop kick through the ropes. Miz pushes the table back under the ring. Crowd booing. Miz throws a steel chair in the ring, grabs the kendo stick, jumps back in the ring. Midsection, and then to the back of AJ Styles with that kendo stick. Miz went for a swing. AJ ducks out of the way, and then rapid fire attacks from AJ, and then a forearm to the Miz. And Miz clothesline to the outside. Miz on the announce desk. AJ climbs on top. Is he going for a Styles Clash on the announce desk? Looking like it. Miz gets out the way. Oh, AJ thrown off the announcer's desk over the barricade to the concrete. Bayley's going to pin Bianca at Clash of the Castle. It's a prediction I could see happening. I don't want it to. I want to be able to cheer Bianca. Sandra agrees, but at Mania, so Bayley could take the title off Bianca at Mania. I could definitely see that way happening. Not long left, then I can get some sleep. Yeah, it's 3:49 on Tuesday morning here in the UK. It's getting sleepy time. Not too much longer left. We've got about 10 minutes. We are on commercial break. What's everyone got planned for the rest of the week then? Anything exciting? Well, we're on commercial break and I'll read them out once we're done. So I'm just studying. It's always fun studying, I think. Really. Work. Oh, yeah, work. Yep, I know that feeling. So I'm off Tuesdays. I work Wednesday and then I'm off Thursday. But then I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I like to sort of normally watch the football, obviously soccer to you guys. I watch the Premier League, but most of the time it's on while I'm actually working. So I need to watch the recap on a Saturday night usually. But yeah, that's why I don't mind watching the NFL because that's usually on when I'm at home on a night. So back on Monday Night Raw, AJ's going the table out finally. AJ's setting that table up. Crowd cheering table. Yep, they are at the Todd. Oh, Miz with a kendo stick right to AJ's stomach and midsection. Miz raining down more blows with that kendo stick right across AJ's chest. Miz using that kendo stick to get a crossface type in. AJ's fighting back, going to his feet. AJ with an elbow to the midsection and again and again. Miz went for a home run. AJ with a Pele kick. Yeah, Man United, they they're really struggling and they have been for a while. With the new manager Ten Hag, I do think they're going to turn it around, but I just don't know if it'll be fast enough to sort of appease the Man United sort of management team. AJ's got the kendo stick. Maze is looking worried. Is Ciampa coming out? No. AJ is getting revenge to the back, to the midsection, to the back, to the midsection with that kendo stick. And then low blow with a kendo stick. Side Russian leg sweep. 1, 2, and kick out. Miz with a big boot. Goes for the goes for the skull crushing finale. AJ rolls through, gets a 1, 2 kick out. AJ going for the phenomenal forearm. Jumps to the top rope. Brilliant Philly forearm right to the chin of the Miz. 1, 2, and Ciampa pulls the ref out. 2 count. Legal. So AJ's coming round, attacks Ciampa from behind. Ciampa thrown into the ring. Going for the Styles Clash. Styles looks over at the table. Ciampa thrown to the ring apron. Ciampa looking for a suplex to AJ. Ciampa just can't get AJ up. Forearm to Ciampa, off the apron, through the table. Miz with a roll up from behind on AJ. 1, 2, kick out, nearly. Right hand from AJ to the Miz. AJ then thrown back onto the ring apron. Is he going to get the phenomenal forearm again? Gets up, and Miz throws a steel chair at AJ. Skull crushing finale. 1, 2, kick out. Miz looks shocked. I look shocked. AJ being absolutely brilliant as usual. Really saw that steel chair as well, just completely collapsed. Crowd chanting, "This is awesome." Kendo stick to the leg of AJ. And again. And the third time. Miz looking for the figure 4. But then pushed into the corner where the steel chair is. AJ looking for the Styles Clash. Gets the Styles Clash. Plants to Miz. 1, 2, 3. AJ wins. So we was all kind of right in a way. So me and Todd got AJ right, but Sandra got Ciampa coming. Yeah, that was good. It was a fun match. Really enjoyable. AJ in the middle of the ring, looking over at something on the outside. I don't know if it was just a crazed fan. Even the commentary saying that looked a bit like Dexter Loomis. If that is another big call by Triple H to bring him back. So yeah, next week we're going to get Alexa Bliss versus Oscar. No, Alexa Bliss and Oscar versus Nikki Ash and Doudrop. We're going to get Riddle with an interview. So yeah, that's the end of Monday Night Raw. It would be great to get Dexter Lumis in the mix. Because again, it was something that was a little bit shown on TV, but not enough to give an explanation, which is great. It's really intriguing. The car crash earlier on, when Doudrop and Nikki ASH was stood right behind it. And then Was it Dexter Lumis? Was it not? We don't know. They haven't said anything. We'll probably get more next week. It's absolutely brilliant. Really intriguing. Are you a big fan of Dexter Lumis, Sandra? So I'm not going to stick around too much longer because it is gone 4 o'clock in the morning and I am a tired boy. So my match of the night. Talk about being tired and start yawning. My match of the night was AJ versus The Miz. I've always been a massive AJ fan, and that just proves how good he is every time. My segment of the night was pretty much the intro with Bailey, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Bianca, Alexa, and Oscar, because it was just a great tease for Clash at the Castle. And again, I'm hoping to be there. So anything that's going to lead towards that is going to be absolutely brilliant. My rating for the show, I probably would give it a good 7.5, as Sandra has. Ryan Davids is in. How are we doing, Ryan? That looked, and it was alluded to on commentary, that it could have been Dexter Lumis, who was in NXT at one point. It wasn't released as far as I'm aware, but Triple H has brought a few people back. So it could have been another one that has been brought back into the fold and brought onto the main roster, which is absolutely brilliant if it is. But we've got no clarification as of yet. We'll probably find a bit more, maybe on SmackDown, but probably on Monday Night Raw next week. So, yeah. So I'm sure. Todd's going 6 out of 10. I thought it was better than that. It didn't seem to feel like 3 hours. I mean, looking back now, I am very tired, but I felt engaged all the way through. Ray and Edge segment, yeah. Wrestler of the night, Sky and Dakota Kai, yeah. Again, I completely agree. I've just always enjoyed watching The Miz. Triple H will do more in time, yeah. Once he sort of got his feet under the table, I can see a lot more happening. So, yeah, thank you very much, every single one of you, for joining me. I do appreciate every single one of you that stays with me for 5 minutes or an hour. Or as some of you do, the full show. Keeps me awake, which is really nice to have. So, yeah, if you haven't already, give the video a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe. And if you want to super chat, you can do that through the YouTube page. If you want any of the Hulkamania merch, we have got our Redbubble in one of the links below. So you can always do that. And that, again, does really help support the channel. Ryan has been watching Raw for the past couple of weeks and it's been pretty good. It has. We completely agree. Compared to probably before SummerSlam, there was a struggle. We'll all say that, won't we? It wasn't the best show to watch, but past 2 weeks with Triple H officially at the helm, there's been a lot more engaging storylines. The matches have seemed to have a bit more freedom, so it makes the show more enjoyable and it seems to go a lot faster. Normally, that last 45 minutes hour really is a struggle for me because it is gone 3 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock. You're okay, Sandra. I always enjoy doing it when I've got you guys in with me. Yourself, Todd, what else do we normally have in? Michael, Chris. I appreciate every single one of you. Every single comment you do makes me smile because it means that you are engaging with me and it means I'm engaging enough that you want to sit and talk to me. So I appreciate everything. And again, thank you very much for joining me, Todd. I appreciate yourself. I appreciate you, Sandra. Sandra's just said hi, Ryan. We've got Thomas Fanning again. Where's it? Dexter Lumis returning? We don't know. that's the intrigue. That's what we love. That's what we're hoping for an explanation on next week. So it's a bit of a cliffhanger, which is brilliant because, again, it's creating engagement. It's creating, we want to know what's happening. And if we want to know what's happening, we're going to tune in. If we're going to tune in, we're going to sit and watch the show. And that's what WWE really want. So, yeah, we've got AJ Styles and Miz match of the night. Segment of the night is the intro, sort of face off with Bayley's squad and Bianca's squad. I'm going to call them, make it easy. But yeah, I would probably go 7.5. Ryan says, "Sup, Sandra? Everyone stay safe. Take care. You too, my dude. And everyone else who's in stream right now, because I'm going to go to sleep. And I shall see you soon." So let's have a look. Who shall we have in the tournament? So I'm going to show you in a second. So we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.
Hello, this is Shotzi Blackheart, and welcome to Gimme a Whole Yeah! I hope everyone checking this out in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day.